The knife clinked softly against my plate as she said it. My ex just texted, she smirked, swirling her wine, her tone deliberately casual. I'm meeting him tomorrow. For closure. The sound of her voice, calm, almost teasing, sent a sharp pulse through my chest. My fingers froze mid-cut. For a moment I just stared at her, the candlelight glinting off her cheekbone, her lips glistening from the merlot. She didn't look away. So I nodded. Just nodded. Because if I'd said anything, the trembling in my throat would have betrayed me. The restaurant was dim, the low hum of other couples' conversations filling the silence between us. Plates clattered, glasses clinked. Somewhere behind me, a jazz track hummed, soft and haunting. I focused on the sounds, on anything except the weight of her words echoing inside my skull. Closure. That word always felt like a lie people told themselves to justify reopening a door that should have stayed sealed shut. Closure, huh? I finally managed, my voice thinner than I'd meant. She shrugged, still smiling. Yeah, just a talk. I think it's healthy, you know? To tie loose ends. Her eyes flicked to mine, gauging my reaction. She wanted me to flinch. She wanted me to object, to show jealousy, to make her feel desired. But I didn't. I just kept nodding. Of course, I said. That's mature of you. Her smile faltered, just slightly, and that gave me my first glimpse of truth. She didn't expect permission. She expected resistance. That night, lying beside her in bed, I stared at the ceiling while she scrolled through her phone. The glow from the screen painted her face in cold light. Her eyes darted quickly across the screen, her thumbs typing something, pausing, deleting, typing again. I could smell her shampoo, the faint lavender scent that always lingered after showers. It used to calm me. Now it felt like a trap, like every familiar thing about her was tainted by something unseen. My chest tightened. You texted him? I asked softly, though I already knew. Yeah, she murmured, eyes still on her screen. Just confirming plans. Plans. The word stung. I turned my back to her. Right. Closure. Don't be like that, she whispered, her voice slipping into that gentle tone she used when she wanted to control the damage. It's just a conversation. Then why lie to yourself about it? He paused. What do you mean? Closure doesn't happen at dinner tables or in hotel bars, I said. It happens in silence, when you decide to stop needing answers. She exhaled sharply and set her phone down. You're being dramatic. Maybe I was. Or maybe she just didn't want to face how transparent she'd become. The next day stretched endlessly. She left the apartment early, saying she had errands before the talk. I watched her go, her perfume lingering like the last note of a song I didn't want to end. All morning I rehearsed things I'd never say out loud. Questions, accusations, fantasies of confrontation. But by afternoon, all that energy turned into exhaustion. I wasn't angry anymore, just empty. So I went for a walk. The city was gray, drizzling, the kind of weather that made everything feel muted. I passed couples under umbrellas, laughing, touching hands. I wondered how many of them were pretending. By evening, she still hadn't come back. The clock ticked like a slow pulse on the wall. I sat at the kitchen table, the same one where she'd dropped the word closure like a grenade, and stared at the empty chair across from me. It was nearly midnight when I heard the key turn. She slipped in quietly, coat half wet from the rain, eyes tired but lit. How was it? Asked. She blinked, surprised I was awake. It was fine. Talk. Caught up. It's over now. Over. Yeah. She smiled faintly. Closure achieved. Her tone was too light, too practiced. I noticed a small smudge of lipstick missing from the corner of her mouth, the faint trace of a man's cologne on her scarf. I didn't ask. I didn't need to. Instead, I nodded again. Good. She hesitated, maybe expecting me to push. When I didn't, she just sighed and went to the bedroom. I stayed at the table, my fingers tracing the grain of the wood, the silence pressing heavy against the walls. 2 days later, she woke up to an empty apartment. No confrontation. No scene. Just a note on her nightstand, written in my usual neat handwriting. Closure's a beautiful thing, isn't it? Finally found mine too. Below it, the apartment keys. She called me that afternoon. Once. Then 5 more times. I didn't answer. By the time she realized I'd cancelled the lease, moved my things, and disconnected my number, she understood what I'd done, what she'd pushed me toward. She wanted me to react. Chase. To break. But I didn't break. I simply left the way she taught me to, with quiet detachment and a polite nod. Weeks passed before I stopped replaying that dinner in my head, the moment her smirk cut through the illusion we'd both been clinging to. Now, when I think of her, I don't see the betrayal. I see that candlelight flickering against her face, that faint twitch in her smile when she realized I wasn't going to play her game. In the end, that was my closure. Not revenge. Not rage. Just peace in the silence that followed the word closure, a word that had once shattered me but eventually became my freedom. And maybe that's the cruel symmetry of it all. She wanted to meet her past to close a door, but she never saw that she was the one who just locked herself out of mine.